Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Well, it's nothing like what they're seeing in the Northeast, but the snow is back from Metro Detroit. Find out how long that's going to last.
We've got new information out of East Lansing tonight. The investigation into the rape scandal rocking the MSU football team, it's complete.
And a passenger killed in a deadly head-on crash. And now Sterling Heights police say other factors were at play.
All coming up, but we'll start Local 4 News at 5 with breaking news right now from Southfield.
Our Tim Camplin is on the scene of a deadly crash at 10 Mile and Losser. Tim.
That's right, Karen, an awful scene here. You see the two vehicles off in the distance there. This is 10 Mile and Losser, as you say. You see the brown. I'm not going to zoom in down there because there is actually a victim in situ in the driver's side, in the driver's seat of that vehicle down there. The vehicle that's in the road, the grey vehicle. Head-on collision, it appears, with that silver SUV just to the side there. At the back of that car with the deceased inside, you see a couple of child seats. Again, just arriving on the scene here, I've confirmed that there is at least one fatality. Southfield police just starting their investigation here. If you come back to me in a little bit, hopefully we'll have a few updates. But right now, just an awful scene out here at 10 Mile and Last. So back to you guys.
All right, Tim, and updates coming as soon as they're available.
Well, this has been our most clicked story all day long on clickondetroit.com. A crash early this morning claims the life of a 25-year-old man from Warren.
Happened just before 1 on Ryan Road between 16 and 17 Mile roads. It's not clear, actually, which driver crossed the center line. And as Priya Mann reports, both drivers could be charged with the man's death.
Sterling Heights police suspect both drivers of being under the influence. This is where the crash happened early Tuesday morning. You can see the crime scene tape is still up. Police spent about 4 hours on the scene investigating. Ryan Road reopened around 5 this morning.
All the way around, it's just a very sad situation.
Crumpled, twisted metal littered Ryan Road early Tuesday morning. The head-on crash killed a 25-year-old man from Warren. Sterling Heights police have not yet released his identity. The victim was a passenger in a 2006 Pacifica driven by a 24-year-old Sterling Heights man. Police found narcotics and drug paraphernalia inside and suspect that driver may have been under the influence of drugs. The driver of the Ford F-150, a 27-year-old man from Troy, is suspected of driving drunk.
Very unfortunate, obviously, when people partake in activities that involve drinking and driving. Obviously, there's always the very real possibility that there could be an accident. In this case, is exactly what happened. One individual has lost his life, another individual is injured, and another person is facing incarceration because of their actions of drinking and driving.
The head-on crash happened just before 1 Tuesday morning on Ryan Road near 16 Mile. It's not clear which driver crossed the center line. The driver of the Ford F-150 was arrested on suspicion of driving drunk. The driver of the Pacifica was taken to the hospital for minor injuries and released pending any potential charges. Reporting from Sterling Heights, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Now, if both men were under the influence of alcohol or drugs, they could both be held responsible for the death of the Warren man. Now, new information tonight in the scandal that has rocked the MSU football program. 3
players and a staffer are all under investigation for an alleged rape of a co-ed on campus. Let's get to Mara McDonald. She joins us now live. And Mara, I understand the players have been suspended from the team and the staff are on paid leave.
Correct, Karen. And it's very interesting. Last month, the MSU police came to the Ingham County prosecutor with multiple warrant requests, but that prosecutor was not ready at that time to sign off on that. Tonight, however, we can tell you that the Ingham County prosecutor is now saying that this criminal investigation is complete, that her office has now received all those extra evidentiary items that they were asking for, and they are in the process of making a charging decision. The alleged rape, which 3 players are accused of taking part in, happened in January and on campus. The student who says she was sexually assaulted reported what happened to her. The university has 2 concurrent investigations going. Number 1 is into what is supposed to have happened, and number 2, an investigation into the football team's compliance with university policies. We know who the 3 players are who are facing the rape accusation. We're not naming them at this time because they haven't been charged at this point. We can tell you 2 are from Detroit and 1 is from out of state. All 3 players have been removed from university housing and suspended from the team, but they are still allowed to attend classes and their scholarships are still in place. Curtis Blackwell, the team's director of college advancement and performance, has been placed on paid leave. Back here live, now that those extra evidentiary items that the Ingham County prosecutor was requesting have been turned in, sources close to the investigation say expect a charging decision shortly in this case. Devin, Karen, back to you.
Well, Mara, what's the status of Coach Mark D'Antonio and his assistants?
His assistants and the head coach are all on the payroll. None of them are on leave. Whether they've been interviewed in this process remains to be seen, but they are not under any sort of microscope at this time. Back to you.
Thank you, Mara.
Well, for some parts of Metro Detroit, the snow is far from over tonight.
And for others, the sun is shining.
Yeah.
So let's get over to Ben, and a winter weather advisory issued for up in the thumb, right?
Yeah, 2 counties, and we'll get to that here in a second, Karen. But most of us are seeing that sunshine. In fact, those patches of snow that we were looking at earlier have really started to dry up rapidly here just within the last hour. Still maybe a couple of flakes around, but we're focusing our attention on our north zone. Sanilac, St. Clair counties. Winter weather advisory went into effect at 5 o'clock and runs through 10 a.m. tomorrow. This is where we will see some bands of snow set up later tonight. You can already start to see that wind has shifted around a little bit, and they're seeing more of that snow coming into Canada, but we're expecting these bands to start becoming more numerous there in those 2 counties tonight. The rest of us will actually see partly cloudy skies and mainly stay dry overnight, but everybody gets cold. We'll be down into the teens for temperatures. Wait till you see the wind chills in the 4-zone forecast for tomorrow morning. Those are coming up in a few minutes, guys.
A Warren business erupts in flames.
This was the scene this afternoon at Inline Construction on the 22,000 block of Ryan near Topher. You see the fire crews on the scene. Cause of the fire still not known, but we do know that no one was hurt. DTE Energy is updating their power restoration efforts, which continue.
Right now, 4,000 customers who lost electricity in last week's powerful windstorm remain without power. So far, 796,000 customers have been restored. DTE says the current outages are scattered across its service area. They continue to work tirelessly on restoration.
For the customers who remain without power since Wednesday, I want you to know that DTE does care about your power outage, and we will not stop our efforts until every last customer is restored.
Right now, 3,000 workers are in the field working on power restoration.
Capuchin Friars pledge to lead lives of extreme austerity, simplicity, service, and poverty. And for some of them, that pledge has also included living without power over the past 6 days. That's thanks to last week's historic windstorms. Tonight, our Rod Maloney shows us how they're coping without power, all while trying to continue to serve Detroit's homeless.
Father Solana's Casey and the Capuchins have long made a huge difference on Detroit's east side. And here at the St. Benedict's Monastery, fathers and brothers still live here. Around the corner, they have a soup kitchen. But for the last week, and I stress week, there has been no earthly power.
We are closed here.
You're hearing confessions in parkas with coffee. Flashlights line the darkened hallway stairs. The monks' rooms, 38 chilly degrees. They do have natural gas in the industrial kitchen, which is keeping it at what seems a toasty 60 degrees. It's become the gathering spot. Brother Patrick McSherry says they've sent the older order members away.
Just recently, we told them they had to get out of the house. It was a health hazard.
Yet there's something else missing from Meldrum Street: the homeless. The Capuchin Soup Kitchen that serves at least 800 persons a day is closed.
It deprives a lot of people of a decent meal.
Marshall Johnson's a client who showed up hoping to get lunch today. But the walk-in fridge is out, 50 degrees inside there. All the perishable food's rotting and will have to be thrown away. Solana Center Director Father David Proust tells us he understands DTE is doing what it can. But 7 full days without power is deeply disappointing and dangerous.
We're afraid that they're just going hungry when something like this happens, because any problem that they have quickly becomes a crisis. We got to keep the faith, that things going to work out, and things going to be back on.
Well, that faith may be kept here because when we were there earlier today, we saw a tree trimming crew, actually about 5 of them, show up. And so they've been working in the neighborhood. I talked to DTE this afternoon, and they're telling us that it's going to take 12 hours to restore the power there, but they think that they will have it taken care of by, say, midnight tonight. Back to you.
And Rod, I know as you've been talking with those who still don't have power, there's been a bit of a theme developing.
Yeah, and it's a frustrating one from a lot of the people who have made calls into DTE trying to get help, because the person they talk to has a screen in front of them and tells them that they have power. This happened at the monastery, but it turns out that there wasn't power at the monastery, even though it was reading there was power, and so that requires another request to get somebody to come out and fix the thing.
Yeah.
And so as it stands right now, they're working there, but there are other places where people are saying, hey, I'm standing in my house, there's no power, even though you see I have it.
Yeah, really frustrating for a lot of people still as the work continues. All right, Rod.
Volkswagen is reportedly willing to talk to Fiat Chrysler about a merger. Volkswagen CEO Matthias Müller said today he would not rule out the idea of a merger. Meantime, Chrysler's CEO Sergio Marchionne has been pushing for auto industry consolidation for years. Chrysler's U.S. market share is roughly 13%. Volkswagen 2.5%. Together, they would account for the second highest U.S. market share behind General Motors, which stands at 18%. Former U.S. Attorney Barbara McQuaid will return to her alma mater, joining the University of Michigan Law School.
She was kind of hinting that there were future plans in the works the last couple of days. The university announced today McQuaid will join the law school staff after the current semester on May 1st. She's going to teach in the areas of criminal law and criminal procedure. McQuaid graduated from U of M in 1987, graduated from the University of Michigan Law School in 1991. Here's Coco McAvoy with a look at what she's working on next. Coco?
In the city of Detroit, you see a lot of dogs tethered to fences with a metal chain. But that's no longer after the Detroit City Council approved a new animal ordinance. We'll tell you about some of those changes on Local 4 News at 5:30.
All right, Coco. Also, could an oil pipeline under the Great Lakes be in danger of breaking? A divers found under the lake that has environmentalists sounding the alarm tonight.
But first, a powerful nor'easter marches up the East Coast and thousands of flights have been canceled. There is some good news to report. We'll have that for you next.
But first, breaking news. 10 Mile and Losser in Southfield remains closed right now while police investigate a deadly crash. Two cars collided head-on. One burst into flames, killing the driver. We will continue monitoring this breaking news and bring you updates as we learn them.
Tonight, new at 6.
You gave up a loving family, a warm bed. Now you're going to live in a little prison cell.
The angry words of a heartbroken father, speaking for the last time to the man who beat his daughter to death. At 6, you'll hear what the judge had to say before handing down the sentence.
Plus, what several of our elected officials are asking President Trump to do in response to the recent threats against Jewish community centers.
We had our little snowfall, little only in comparison, because blizzard warnings have been issued up and down the East Coast tonight as a dangerous nor'easter is bearing down. As
much as 2 feet of snow has been predicted, but there is some good news to report. Let's get over to Ben now, and some key areas have been spared.
Yeah, some is the operative word there, but guys, let's take a live look at Times Square. The snow is still falling there, but they didn't get hit as bad. For other parts of the East Coast, it's an entirely different story. NBC's Jay Gray is in Central Park tonight. Jay.
Good evening, Ben. We haven't seen quite as much snow as forecasters thought we might. Still, there is a state of emergency in effect, and things in the city are, well, just a mess right now.
The snow started overnight, a thick blanket covering an area from the mid-Atlantic through the eastern seaboard.
Gotta be safe, you gotta hunker down.
As the white flakes, at times mixed with pellets of ice, continued to pelt the region, daybreak came with a warning from police.
I advise anybody stay home. If possible, stay home. Don't come out unless it's an emergency.
The slick conditions have made it nearly impossible to get around. This car spinning its tires, this snowplow spinning out of control. Crews are trying to clear away what they can, but in many areas they've been unable to keep pace with the storm.
We've seen the snowfall pick up. Most places are now seeing somewhere between 2 and 4 inches per hour.
Places like Albany and Worcester taking the brunt of Mother Nature's attack, while in Manhattan,
The storm in the New York City area is not as bad as anticipated.
But it's not good either. The city will see about 8 inches of snow, half of what was expected. Still, things are a mess here. Snow and ice has pushed people off the normally packed streets and sidewalks. Airports across the region are empty too. More than 6,000 flights have been canceled. The rough conditions leaving millions with a choice.
You can look at it of one of two ways. It's going to be either a nightmare or a lot of fun.
Perspective, perhaps the best tool for dealing with this Arctic blast.
The snow and sleet is expected to continue for at least a few more hours here. Crews will continue to clear things out, clean things up for several days. In New York, Jay Gray, Local 4.
And of course, just feels like a setup this year because we went through a February that was the warmest on record in a lot of places.
Yeah, I know. And then now things are changing for us. But boy, for them, I like what that guy said, perspective. You can consider it two different ways, I guess.
Either some fun or a nightmare.
Yeah.
Is there anything in between there? But, you know, even though we're not feeling the effects directly, of course, indirectly with travel, and we're all connected.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
To the East Coast. Let's take a live look on radar of what's going on there right now. And that storm is starting to wrap up. But the interesting thing about this and why those snow totals were so varied was there was a rain snow line on this thing, and you can see it sort of move up the coast. Stayed pretty well inland, and then as it got north of New York, it stayed really close to the coast there just until the last couple hours. Now it's moving towards Boston as we speak. What we've got out there is child's play compared to that. Just a couple flakes left here for most of us. Things are really getting going here over the border into Ontario, but we're expecting those snow bands to start setting up in parts of Sanilac and St. Clair County a little bit later on tonight, and that's going to take us into early parts of tomorrow. Sun's out in downtown, 22 right now at Metro. The wind chill, though, is 8 above with that 17-mile-an-hour wind, and wind chills are going to be the story for just about everybody tomorrow morning. 22 is the current temperature at Metro. You can see north of 8 Mile, a lot of those teens for temperatures show up. It has been a frigid day despite the fact that sunshine's out there really not doing a whole lot of work for us. The winds are going to shift around just a little bit as we get into tonight. That's going to pivot those snow bands, and that's what's going to keep them here into these two counties that are under that winter weather advisory. Everything wraps up, though, by 10 a.m. tomorrow, and then we're dry for most of us until we get into the end of the work week, and our next chance of precipitation looks like it's going to be rain and not snow. Let's take a look at those wind chills by tomorrow morning, and pretty close to zero here. All effects here in our metro zone tomorrow morning. South zone, a lot of negative numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 below zero. A little bit colder as you work your way north of Michigan Avenue in our west zone, anywhere between 1 and 4 degrees below zero. And the coldest spot, and still dealing with some of those lake effect snow bands tomorrow morning, is going to be our north zone. 3 to 6 below is what we're expecting to start out our Wednesday morning. Air temperatures are going to be about 12, and even though most of us are not going to see snow tonight, it's just going to be those few areas where those very narrow and intense snow bands set up in our north zone tonight that are going to see the snow. 28 tomorrow for a high temperature, which will be one of our coldest numbers in the 7-day forecast, but we're really not going to get back to average until the start of next week, which ironically is going to be the start of spring. On Monday. So Mother Nature has some sense of humor, I guess.
Well, it is the warmest that you got, so let's go with that.
It is all I got.
Oh, thank you, Ben. And Doc joins us.
Hey guys, cases of Lyme disease are on a dramatic rise in Michigan. Ahead in Good Health, I'll explain what's causing the uptick and what you need to do to stay safe.
All right, Frank, but first, brand new information on a deadly police chase near Grand Rapids. What investigators are now saying about who was at fault. We'll have that next.
Named Station of the Year by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters, Local 4.
Witness.
Across Michigan on this Tuesday, we're following stories from Flint and the Straits of Mackinac up north.
We'll start in Kentwood, which is over near Grand Rapids, and that's where state police said the trooper involved in a deadly high-speed pursuit in western Michigan did follow protocol. The trooper's dash cam footage has been reviewed. It was a 90-mile-an-hour chase that ended with 2 deaths in Kentwood on Saturday. State Lieutenant Chris McIntyre says he believes the pursuit was justified, so that trooper will not be suspended, nor will he face charges.
A Flint man is now charged with shooting a produce truck driver to death, then causing the victim to crash his delivery truck into the front gate of a home. 23-year-old Quantrell Thompson is now charged with murder in connection to the shooting that happened early February. The 44-year-old victim died of multiple gunshot wounds. Prosecutors call the shooting an armed robbery gone wrong. Thompson is facing life in prison if convicted. Enbridge is insisting the outer protective coating on its oil pipelines running along the bottom of the Straits of Mackinac are safe.
And that's after critics and concerned environmentalists said the coating on the 5-mile-long Mackinac pipeline has deteriorated in certain spots. Critics say that thin coating should raise new concerns about a potential rupture. Enbridge says the coating is not essential to the integrity of the pipeline. The Detroit branch of the NAACP announced today Senator Elizabeth Warren is going to be the keynote speaker at the annual Fight for Freedom dinner.
We are very pleased to have as our keynote speaker, even though she was warned, she was given an explanation. Nevertheless, she persisted. The senior senator from the great state of Massachusetts, the Honorable Elizabeth A. Warren.
The Fight for Freedom Fund dinner will be held on Sunday, April 23rd at the Cobo Center.
New at 5:30.
A great opportunity for you to help our adopted school, Thurgood Marshall, get $10,000, money that will be used to educate these children.
The healthcare numbers are out and the battle is intensifying on Capitol Hill. I'm Blaine Alexander. I'll have all the latest coming up from Washington.
If you're a pet owner in the city of Detroit, you're going to want to pay attention to this story. The Detroit City Council approved a new ordinance that changes the way that people can handle their animals in the city of Detroit. We'll tell you all about it at 5:30.
These trendy drinks live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
Topping our news at 5:30, Detroit City Council unanimously passes a new ordinance aimed at keeping potentially dangerous pets from roaming the streets. Big changes coming to the city of Detroit when it comes to what the city calls dangerous animals.
The City Council unanimously approved an animal control ordinance. This is the vicious death of a 4-year-old Xavier Strickland mauled by pit bulls back in 2015. Coco McAvoy joins us now live from Detroit's West Side to talk about some of those changes. And this is a lot of pet owners talking tonight, Coco.
Karen and Devin, we're talking about a lot of changes. For one, the Animal Control Division now has 9 officers to work with instead of just 2. But one of the biggest changes is that owners can no longer tether their animals by metal chain to fences in the city of Detroit. And the city says these changes go into effect starting now.
Councilmember Ayers?
Yes.
Councilmember Benson? Yes.
The long-anticipated animal ordinance was approved unanimously by Detroit City Council.
It's a good feeling to know that we will finally have something on the books.
Something that comes with many changes, according to President Brenda Jones. Some departmental.
More money was allocated in the budget to the department to make sure that they can carry out what it is they need to carry out.
Other changes directly impact pet owners in the city. If an animal appears neglected, it can be impounded. The ordinance also heavily addresses tethering dogs, which Detroit resident and dog owner John Holmquist is all about, because for him, seeing dogs chained up,
it breaks my heart, you know.
Though he hasn't encountered a dangerous animal in the city,
I've had no problems. You know, I've been down in the city for almost 3.5 years.
He's glad the city will now issue an annual report to residents, letting them know where the dangers are.
Right. So if there are harmful animals in the, around, we should know about them.
The changes start now, and Jones says the city will be watching.
They will do whatever is human necessary to make sure the laws are being enforced.
And if an animal is loose in the city, an owner can face a fine, which would bring more revenue to the city. Now, if anyone has questions, they are encouraged to call the city. And of course, we'll have a full list of the ordinance on our website, clickondetroit.com. Reporting live this afternoon, I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4. Back to you.
Coco, there are some people who are using those metal chains for tethering. Do they have a grace period for when they actually need to make the adjustment?
So, Karen, we did ask that question, and of course, they say there is no grace period. President Jones says, quote, that ignorance will not be an excuse. She says they'll be going around to neighborhoods, making sure that owners are aware, because they say this enforcement starts today.
All right, Coco McAvoy live for us tonight. Devin?
Today in Washington, the healthcare battle intensifies. This after a nonpartisan report projects as many as 24 million more people would be uninsured under the Republican healthcare plan than under Obamacare. But Republicans and the White House firing back, touting monumental savings under the new plan. Blaine Alexander following it all for us from Washington. Blaine?
Well, Devin, billions of dollars saved, more people uninsured. So what exactly do all of these numbers mean? Well, it really depends on who you ask.
We want health care!
In the home district of House Speaker Paul Ryan, a crowd gathering to protest, concerned by the new report from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. While in Washington, the speaker himself touting that same report as good news for his health care plan.
I'm really actually frankly encouraged. Even CBO is telling us we stabilize the market, we lower premiums, it lowers the deficit, it saves money.
But it's the number of people left uninsured that poses the biggest threat to the Republicans' plan. A predicted 14 million more people without insurance next year. Over the next decade, that number could grow to 24 million. The White House on full defense.
He's proud of it. He's proud of the impact that it's going to have on American patients.
Today, the president silent on the issue.
CBO score, Mr. President, reaction? Let's roll.
While on Capitol Hill, lawmakers had plenty to say.
Republicans are attacking the referee because they're losing the game. Plain and simple.
Some Republicans questioning whether the bill can move forward at all.
The bill as drafted would not pass the Senate.
As Democrats dig in their heels, saying House leaders should just pull the bill altogether. And the White House says this plan is being judged unfairly, that the CBO is scoring just one part of a three-part plan. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
All right, Blaine. And tomorrow, the important note, President Trump will make his first visit to Michigan since taking office, set to meet with auto and business leaders at the American Center for Mobility. That's the driverless car proving ground at Willow Run Airport. He is set to be here at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Canada's version of the Girl Scouts says they won't approve any new travel to the U.S. because of the travel ban.
So Girl Guides is a very inclusive and diverse organization. This is part of our mandate, and it's very important to the fabric of our organization to be inclusive and diverse. And we wanted to make sure we could extend that to all aspects of our organization, which includes girls that are traveling. In this case, girls that were traveling across the border would not have that opportunity.
Well, Carrie Luke went on to say the group hasn't had any issues with that travel ban yet, but that this decision was made as a precautionary measure.
All right, we bring Ben back in, and we are watching our cold temperatures, but also keeping an eye on what's going on to the east.
Oh, my goodness. They are really getting hit.
Yeah, they are, especially considering where the calendar is. I mean, we're in mid-March. Yeah. And around here, you see the sun out, and you want to go out and enjoy that stuff. And boy, the thermometer says no dice.
It's a little tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Deceiving.
And the only thing we've got on top of that is a few areas of snow showers, which got sort of ballooned up here within the last 2 hours, and then have started to fade again just about as quickly as they came up. Now, we're really going to focus our attention here on Sanilac and St. Clair counties for later on tonight. That's when these bands of snow are going to start setting up, where there could be accumulation in those areas only, and really not the entire two counties. And we think those are going to be some fairly narrow bands coming in off of Lake Huron. But you can see there's just still some flakes here south of 69 mostly, and another batch that's over here towards Sarnia and in parts of Ontario. But generally, most of us are going to stay dry tonight. Winds are coming out of the north. They're gusting over 30 miles an hour in a couple spots. Mount Clemens, 33 miles an hour, that gust right now. So it definitely feels chilly out there. We'll look at wind gusts for tomorrow morning in your 4-zone forecast coming up, guys.
All right, thank you, Ben. This weekend's daylight saving time transition brings with it a surprise risk factor, drowsy driving car accidents.
In fact, AAA Michigan is issuing a statewide drowsy driving alert today, urging drivers to use extra caution during this transition time with the time change. 30% of drivers have driven drowsy before. 3% said they do it regularly. It's led to an average of 30 deaths per year in the first 10 days of daylight savings time over the last decade. Yeah. Now to good health. Been an important increase in cases of Lyme disease in the state of Michigan.
Because Lyme disease is so serious, we have Dr. McGeorge here to explain what's behind the problem. Now, this is spread by ticks, so I just assumed this is more prevalent in the summertime.
You would think, but actually the important transition has to do with the way ticks are spreading. So this has become a serious issue in Michigan. Back in 1998, the tick that spread Lyme disease was primarily in the UP and the most southeast corner of the Lower Peninsula. That's the area in dark black all the way over on the left-hand side of your screen. Now, over 18 years, bringing us to 2016, the tick has become established along the entire west coast of the state, along Lake Michigan, and it's made inroads toward the east all the way to Oakland and Macomb County. And because this tick can transmit Lyme through a bite, it means, of course, more cases of Lyme are coming.
So is it enough to just prevent tick bites, or is there more worrisome than that?
Well,
other ways to get it?
Yeah, primarily, actually. I mean, basically, the tick is the only way that Lyme disease is spread, so it's not contagious, and that's why awareness of bites is really important. Yeah. The best protection is basically straightforward, using insect repellents with DEET, same stuff as in mosquito repellent, long pants, long sleeves in the woods, and doing regular checks for any attached ticks. But doctors should also be aware that people with symptoms that have been in these higher risk areas should be taken seriously. And that's really kind of the big message here. The tick population has shifted in Michigan. Yeah.
It's a good warning to have.
I'm sure ticks serve some valuable purpose in the ecosystem, but not that I've been able to.
Not really, no.
Me.
Yeah, can't come up with one.
Yeah. All right, Doc.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. Well, it is the NBC show that has turned into really a bona fide hit. But tonight, This Is Us wraps up its first season. I am in love with this show.
A lot of people are. Evrod Cassimy has a sneak peek at some of the twists and turns that you can expect.
Oh, you're definitely going to want to grab the tissue for this one. It is the finale that's likely got some fans anticipating the episode with excitement, but also a small amount of dread for the revelations that it might bring.
You would be perfect.
I would?
Absolutely. I'd really like to send you this script.
This Is Us will not go gently into its season finale.
Intense. Extremely intense. In a way that we haven't seen before.
Life moments from the present.
I came here for you, Sophie.
As well as the past.
I love her.
For the Pearson family have captivated viewers all season.
I'm gonna fix things with your mom.
But last week's episode,
I love you, Katie girl,
seemed to set the stage for details about something that happened in the past. The death of the family's patriarch, Jack.
It's gonna get stressful. I hope people are recovered from William's passing and just bracing themselves for what's to come.
All that fans do know about Jack's passing is that it caused an ongoing turmoil for daughter Kate.
I'm the reason that he's dead.
The actual moments in the show are gonna impact people, but they may be tough moments, but they're not without hope.
That hopeful spirit,
goodbye, my dearest Beth,
even in the midst of sadness, is part of the show's emotional roller coaster.
They'll just do something sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God. You know, like, y'all are really killing me right now.
It's part of what made wrapping production on season 1 bittersweet.
You're driving home, you're like, oh, I'm gonna miss this for like the next 5 months.
A sentiment shared by This Is Us fans. Oh, and we're definitely going to be watching tonight. The season finale of This Is Us airs at 9 o'clock, followed by the premiere of the new comedy Trial and Error. Evrod Cassimy, Local 4.
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not, because I don't want it to end.
It's just like the stars. It's interesting the way that the popularity, the way this show's grown. But with on demand, you can kind of catch on to it in ways that
you definitely
in the old days
can.
you couldn't.
If you missed it, definitely worth binging and catching up, because some great writing.
Well, the Michigan bald eagle couple's first egg of 2017 is here.
Yes. The egg was laid Monday night at the nest in Beulah, Michigan at 8:15. This is exactly 1 year to the day as their first egg of 2016. They're expecting egg number 2 to arrive on Thursday. This is the eagle's 5th year in the nest and the 2nd year on Carbon TV's live Eagle Cam. By the way, if you want to keep an eye on the nest, you can find it live streamed on our Local 4 Facebook page, because we live stream all of these births now, from giraffes to eagles.
And it just feels so intrusive to me. I'm not sure they're wild about it.
Get
that camera out of here. A local man puts 6 figures on the line in the NCAA tournament.
New tonight, why he is going to have a keen eye on every single game in the first round.
It's a lot of money. And Facebook making news because of something they won't do, what it is and why it has privacy experts celebrating this time around. Hank?
Some great news for our adopted school, Thurgood Marshall, and a great opportunity for you to help them get iPads and laptops, things they need for the future. How you can help.
New at 6.
Police say a three-woman gang of thieves made quite a score at a local retail store. New at 6, where they struck and how much they got away with.
Also, troubling new research on children and the age at which they start to show couch potato tendencies. You'll find out how much sooner their activity levels are dropping these days.
The principal at Help Me Hank's adopted school, Thurgood Marshall in Detroit, got a big honor from the Pistons, and now it could pay off in a pretty big way for the students.
Tonight, our Hank Winchester shows us why Principal Sharon Lee was honored and what you can do right now to take this special moment to another level.
Right now, we are inside the Help Me Hank adopted school, Thurgood Marshall, and we have an opportunity for you to help this school in need.
Go 200 right there with the pink. We're going to put our balloons out.
From the first time we met Principal Sharon Lee, we knew she was special.
Every day is like the first day of school for me because I get so excited seeing my kids. But this, for the kindergartners and the preschoolers and the students new to Thurgood Marshall, I just love their smiles.
Miss Lee, like a lot of educators in Detroit, does a lot with a little. Tight budget, short staff, yet she makes every child here feel special. That's one of the reasons Miss Lee was honored last week by the Detroit Pistons, taken to the court and taking a $1,000 check that she can use to improve the classroom. She's one of 5 local educators getting praise through a program sponsored by the Pistons and Farm Bureau Insurance. One person who receives the most votes online will get $10,000 to help improve their school. Here at Thurgood, that money would be used to buy laptops and iPads. Your vote could make a big difference at this school or one of the others being recognized. And all the information you need to vote can be found right on the homepage of clickondetroit.com. We're here in Detroit. I'm Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
All right, Hank, Thurgood Marshall only has a handful of laptops and iPads for the 650 students there, so that $10,000 could help quite a bit, and you can vote right now at clickondetroit.com.
Those students are just so thankful
I know.
and grateful
They've been
every time.
It's been so great with the relationship we've developed with them. March Madness is, of course, upon us, and while some people just play for fun, others, like Michigan native Derek Stevens, play it for big money.
He sure does. Stevens, who also owns the D Las Vegas Casino, made a bet on every single first-round tournament game except the play-ins, totaling $352,000. This photo he posted on Twitter as proof. If he somehow wins every bet, he'll walk away with nearly double his wager. The first round of the tournament starts Thursday.